Hey everybody, my name's Chris Warren.
My name is Matt Lopes.
Welcome to the You Should Be Worried podcast.
Just a podcast where a couple boys, they sit down and they talk about what their problems and your problems even, and sometimes. To start off, Chris, why the fuck did you park the way you parked outside?
What do you mean?
You parked, you came into the cul-de-sac,
Yeah.
and then usually, right after Ben's driveway, you pull up a little bit to leave room for the car behind you.
Yeah.
Instead, you pull right past it. And so when I came, I had to drive in front of your car and then back in on a fucking angle, which I wouldn't wish on my worst fucking enemy. Why the fuck would you, why wouldn't you just pull all the way in so I could pull up behind you? Why'd you do that? Was there somebody there in front of you beforehand? No? Then why'd you do that? Why the fuck did you do that?
I like being close to the mailbox.
Why? What's the purpose there? What's the reasoning?
If the mailman, comes by on a Sunday, because
Yeah.
the mailman deliver mail on, he puts the mail in the mailbox, and he
Uh-huh.
closes it, and he goes, "Oh, it's a nice Honda." He gives a little pat and goes, "Good Honda," and then he gets in his truck.
So
and
it's
he drives
good.
away.
It's good car morale. It boosts
Yeah, it
your
boosts
car
the car
morale.
morale. My car is at like almost 300,000 miles. It is falling apart, and it is basically pure willpower. Like, I will my car to
Dude.
drive.
Same, dude.
Like, I'm like, you will go. And it's just, the machine spirit comes to life.
My Honda has been my first car ever since I was like 16, and I've had this fucking 2009 Honda forever. And like these past 2 years, I've felt it like dwindling down in quality, like drastically.
You just hear the engine make a little bit different wearing noise.
Like it's starting to sound like how my dad's 2004 Toyota sounds. Like it's like
Dude, always
on
bragging
its
about
way
that
out.
Toyota.
It's on its way out. I'm really surprised Toyota's still fucking going. But like the Honda is like, I don't know. It doesn't sound as stable as it used to. And it's so sad because like that was my first car. Now what? I got to go and do other shit. I got to get other fucking, I got to get another car now.
Let's become bicycle guys.
Yeah.
Let's you and me get a tandem bicycle and we bicycle around together.
Yeah.
All our shows.
I swear to God, that'll never happen.
We'll get a three-person
I promise
bike
you
so
right now.
Ben can get it on it, and we'll do most of the
Bro
pedaling.
couldn't even tandem bicycle with you in a bit. That's how much he doesn't want to get on a bike, like even in an imaginary sense.
Joking. He's
Even
like,
joking,
I'm good.
He's like, I would never.
We're not even going to give this light in case it goes any farther than this.
In my imagination, I am stepping off the tandem bicycle.
That was Chris trying to create a bit, and then I did strike it down. And I
Yes,
don't
and.
like that.
Yes, and.
No.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're right.
and.
You're right. Yes, and I fucking hate bikes. Fucking what? A tandem bicycle is when it's like there's two seats and on one big thing.
On one long ass bike.
That sounds cool.
Oh, we get a little cart at the back. I've seen this before. We get a little cart at the back, like a wagon, and then Malcolm's in the little wagon.
Ooh.
He's like,
Tandem bicycles are such terrible ideas.
yeah, they're not efficient.
They're not efficient at all. You have to be like the same height and weight as the person you're riding with, kind of.
Otherwise, it doesn't really work.
Or otherwise, yeah, you're
the
like,
balance is all fucked.
You both have to lean together. Like, you think about how you steer a bicycle, and now you're having people do it at the same time.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
saying, like, I'll get the fork, you get the knife. Let's just fucking let's tackle this. It's like,
Listen, with three of us, I think we could figure it out.
dude, a triple tandem.
Triple tandem bike.
I haven't been on a bike in
They definitely exist.
years, dude.
Someone turn the TV on.
My bike experience has been
Like Jared doesn't
for
know how to ride a
naught.
bike.
What? No.
You know what's funny about that is, like, if you don't know how to ride a bike, that's proof that it's not your own fault. That just means no one ever taught you.
No one ever taught you. Yeah.
Which sucks. Because what are you going to do? Teach yourself?
That's
No.
weird because he has a dad.
Clearly not one that gives a fuck.
That's nuts.
Yeah, wait, that's not. Jared's dad was around. Wait, does Jared's dad not know how to ride a bike?
He
Is
can
this
go
a
to- he can go to
family
film-
curse?
Yeah, dude.
Like it's generations
Well,
no
his
one's
dad
know how to
couldn't
ride a
teach him
bike.
because he didn't know.
Listen, I don't know how to ride a bike. My father's father didn't know how to ride a bike. No fucking son of mine is riding a bike. What are we, Irish?
Jared takes classes behind his dad's back to learn how to ride a bike.
He's in the park with a bunch of 5-year-olds with training wheels, like ah.
Matt goes in the front, us in the middle. And
Why do
in the
I
back.
go in the front? Is that because
The weight distribution.
Yeah. You want the heavyweight at the front so that if we stop, your momentum doesn't like flip over the bike.
Oh, however, if I was in the back and we stopped, I would fly over.
If
you
you were
would
in the
keep
if you were in the
going.
back, I'd be pedaling. I'd be like,
It would be like if we
Okay, so
break,
I
it
need to
would,
do most of the work.
It would be like a catapult. It would stop front and then that would
you're
get
like
lost.
you're like the engine, and we're just the cart tracks.
Yeah, you know what's cool about me being a big boy? Whenever I did have a bike, whenever I was on a bike when I was like in high school ish, all I would have to do is stand on the pedal and like the bike would like fucking do the rotation and like push me forward. I didn't have to push down. All I have to do is put my whole weight on the pedal, and then the pedal just naturally drives
so funny
myself.
That you do is that you will explain something that genuinely happened to you in your life, and upon saying it, I realized that you're just a big boy. That's all it ever was. I was just a big boy.
The best part is Matt just described how a bike works. Like, it's different. He's like, yeah, you just put your weight on the pedal and it goes down. He's like,
and then it propels you forward. How the fuck?
That's not how a bike normally works.
Matt, you ever a big water park guy?
Let me see. I've gone to like compounds.
You're like the lifeguard at the top of the slide. You're like his dream. He's like, get in the back of the tube, buddy. You know what I mean? Put somebody in the front of the tube.
Oh, this tube's gonna have a fun time.
Oh yeah.
Question for you, Matt.
Yeah.
How many tube slides have you gotten stuck in?
None, dude. I've never gotten stuck in a tube slide.
And then just kids keep flying down and like hitting you in the head. And you're just like, wait, stop.
I will say though, I've stopped trying to go on water rides for many years.
No, come on, dude.
Like once I turned, I think probably like last time I went on a water ride was like 17, 18 years old. I'm 25 now. That's like 7 years ago. Like I'm not trying to go on water rides anymore because I know that'll fucking happen, you know. And it's okay. I'm not like I don't miss it. Like water ride. I don't know why people are so like water rides are the best. They're not.
Lazy River rules.
Lazy River's not a fucking tube. It's not a slide.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not a
You know
water
what I will
slide.
say though? I've been to a lot of places in my life where there's pop-up amusement parks.
Yeah.
And I just go to them for the sake of like, oh, we're in Woodward, New Jersey. Let's go. Like when they like make
the fair.
Wait, a pop-up amusement park that's like 3 hours from your. Why are you going to that?
Guys, one
Big
second.
E.
If I'm hold on, let me rephrase.
Street corn.
Let me rephrase.
Fried Oreos.
Let me rephrase. So like, say I go on vacation somewhere, right? And I'm like in New Jersey. Like for example, I was in New Jersey not because we wanted to go to the amusement park, because I was going to the Jersey Shore for like a completely.
I'm going to the
different
Jersey Shore, bitch.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Yeah, callback, baby. So while you're there, you're like driving around, going to dinner and stuff, and you see amusement parks. And you're like, oh, we'll go there tomorrow. It wasn't Hershey.
That names the amusement park after John.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's not like these corporate parks. It's like parks that just exist because they know there's tourists around.
Like Dolly World.
Yes. So I've been to a bunch of those, and those freak me out because I always find myself on like this last one we went to. It was like this slide where like you stand at the top, and then the guy pushes the button, and the floor drops out.
Oh, fuck those.
Dude, it looked like so much fun. It looked
I
like
would bang
so
my
much
head on
fun.
that shit so bad.
Dude,
Matt just knocks himself out.
Go ahead.
I was literally like, you don't think about it. You're watching people, you're like, oh, that'll be so much fun. It'll be over in 5 seconds, whatever. Dude, he hits the button, and it doesn't, then it clicks with me that this thing was probably made by like a 45-year-old guy who lost custody of his child. And smoked cigarettes every day. I was like, I fall through the floor, and my body is not touching anything.
Oh, it's just fucking air
falling for like a solid 2 seconds, which
shit.
feels like forever. Dude.
Yeah.
I am just, and water is shooting up into my face, and I'm just kind of like,
What is happening?
dude, like that feeling in your stomach of like, this is how you get very hurt right now.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? And then finally, like I
Felt
feel
like one of those guys on 9/11 who jumped out of the building.
Yo,
dude,
wild.
dude, same feeling.
What the fuck?
Same feeling, relatable 100%.
Same exact. I'm basically a victim of 9/11.
Don't worry, hit the vine boom
I'm
like
basically-
6 times. That'll save us.
I'm basically one of those firefighters that got lymphedema from the smoke. It's basically me.
But dude,
Lymphedema is
yeah,
my
and
favorite
then
black
the
actress.
arch of the slide caught me, and I got to the bottom, and I was like, I'd like to go home now. Like, I don't want to do this ever again. So I'm very weird about going to like amusement parks lately.
Oh,
I've had too many fucking.
You'd love the amusement park by where I grew up. So over in Middlebury, Connecticut, there's this small amusement park called that's been there for like 100 years or something.
Bro said Middlebury.
It's called Quasi Amusement Park.
Oh, I've heard. I've never been.
It is
Quasi.
sketchy as fuck. Yeah. And my mom used to just like be done with me and my brother like running around the house like being autistic, and she'd just be like, I'm just gonna drop you off at Quasi and you're gonna just go do that. And that amusement park was there was this yes, named after Quasimodo.
Yeah.
Everybody
who works there is a hunchback.
There was this ride called the Mad Mouse. Can you bring up a Quasi amusement park mouse ride?
It's spelled Q. UASI. It's fucking.
Well,
it's
it
bad.
just came up.
White people love to put the
Look,
Z
it's
sound in words that have no Z.
It's that it's spelled with the
My
SSY.
parents also called it quasi.
Yeah, so there's that.
Lake
the
Quasi.
Mad Mouse. So the Mad Mouse, like I think 7 people have died on, and they
brought this to the Big E.
Yeah, they never have decommissioned it.
What?
So like I just like went on the ride, and people in my like middle school were like, "Yeah, people die on that all the time," and I was just riding it, having a great time.
It's it's like flat, and it just like changes direction.
It just changes. Like,
you'll just be like.
He literally,
like,
it literally just gives you whiplash.
Yeah.
Like it was like designed by a chiropractor to gain business.
Because it's not going very fast. You're like chugging along at like a sub 25, and then it's just like.
It's like, hey, do you want an amusement park ride that feels like a car collision at about 30 miles an hour? Like, not enough to go to the hospital, but like you're gonna be in pain for a while. Like, we're gonna just make that into a ride.
It's that perfect happy medium of going fast enough that you're like gonna do serious damage to you.
I like destroyed my shin on that ride. My shin just like went into the side of the car and was just profusely bleeding. It was not a good time.
I've never liked Boulder Dash at Lake Compounds because it's very similar vibes. Like that ride seems like it was meant to get to like hurt people.
Dude, I had a friend who worked at Lake Compounds in high school. Like that was his job during.
That
the
was
summers.
his thing.
So he's
all the bitches knew him as the guy who worked at Lake Compounds.
So sorry, it wasn't during high school. It was during college. During the summer, he would come back from college and go work up there because he was like an engineering student, and he would do like a lot of their ride repair, with the electrical stuff because he's an electrical
got a college
engineer.
kid fixing your rides.
First of all, yes. Like an electrical engineering student is your electrical engineer, which is he's not that yet,
Dude.
And he was telling me like, yeah, never go to Lake Compounds. I was like, why? It seems like so much fun. He's like, no, dude, like I do, like don't. It's none of the rides are safe. He's like, I keep bringing to like we're gonna get sued. I keep bringing to like the attention of like the owner that like you shouldn't like these rides aren't safe. And instead of like doing the actual repair I recommended, they're like, that's too much money. What's the least possible you can do that makes it technically okay for people to ride? So he's basically just like duct taping shit together.
No
instead
way.
of like welding it because they don't want to pay for this shit.
Holy fuck. The thing is, like, I would totally be into getting into a roller coaster accident if I was guaranteed to live afterwards.
What if you lost like both your legs?
I would not want that.
What's
I'd much rather not get in the accident than
So what kind of accident are you describing?
something like I fly out of the like I fly out of the car and I land on like a fucking like on grass somewhere maybe.
You landed a pile of conveniently placed mattresses.
yeah.
The mattress factory accidentally dumped the wrong delivery here.
Yeah, right.
I just wanted to chime in with I know we're not talking about fucking like compounds anymore, but Boulder Dash.
That's what I'm talking about, Boulder Dash.
I know, but I'm just saying that fucking place, like, it's the only place that like shuts down a ride every 20 minutes, and everyone's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna stay in line." I'm gonna wait till it's fixed.
Hey, listen,
just wait till it's fixed.
I dash her boulders. You know what I'm saying? Please clap. It means I would.
Stop, dude, stop.
It means I would come on her tits. That's what that means.
I dash on them boulders.
I have, and I will again.
The first time I got to please clap to the Vine Boom to the cheer. That was the best.
Dude, Ben's producer muscles are firing on all 6 cylinders tonight, dude. He's like DJ Pauly D. Just
I love that I don't love. I hate that the fucking Boulder Dash is like the wooden. It's like known for being like the ride that's made out of wood and shit like that. Like that's what people.
Roller coaster.
Yeah, but that's
That's
not
what
like,
I want
that's
in
not
my
what
roller.
You want.
Yeah, that's what I want my roller coasters as old and before safety standards as possible.
Like, doesn't wood get old? Doesn't wood like die and shit like
Dude,
that?
that's what I'm telling you. While people are in line and other people have exited the ride, they will close this ride down to fix it.
Oh yeah, they'll
30
just
minutes.
pull out like
It looks
2x4s
like the Donkey
and put
Kong
in new
map
ones.
on fucking Mario Kart, dude. It's
No,
nuts.
it's like one of those things that scientifically still works, so they're gonna keep getting money off of it.
I've never seen it close. I've never seen a
Listen,
20 minute shutdown.
I want my roller coasters to have been made in the same era as when you could just give a woman a lobotomy for being difficult.
Yeah.
That's was the peak of medical
I
science
love it.
back in like the 30s. I want my roller coaster from the same era.
Right before soap was made. That's what I
right
want.
before soaps would ruin all the roller coasters.
Yeah, they
Because
would.
once they got the soap in, no more elbow grease to put in to build that roller coaster.
I know. No one had
you
any more
wipe off
elbow
all the
grease.
elbow grease. There's
Yep.
nothing. No industry.
Now there's no hard work.
Dude, soap was made so long ago. Like, what did this shit smell like?
Probably not great, honestly. I think
Fat
originally
spoiled with
100
ashes.
BC
Like these
is
motherfuckers
nuts.
just made themselves smell worse.
they were just rubbing grease on themselves. Like, I boiled down this pig fat. I'm just gonna wipe it on my chest. I think that'll be good.
Yeah, why would you
It's
think
just giving
that?
insane acne to their body.
In order to think that
like just cystic acne, and you're just like, this is good. This is good.
in order to think that like a pig smells good enough to like collect his
Yeah, how bad do you
scents
smell?
is nuts. Yeah, dude.
I'm just gonna mash some wildflowers I found. in
Everyone's
this
like, I'd
pig
rather you
lard.
smell like the fucking pigs.
They probably fucking reeked, bro.
Oh
They
shit.
definitely smelled. Chris, is there anything in life historically that teaches about scent back in the day?
Oh yeah, so pretty much everything before like 1920, you'd just throw up everywhere. You go.
No way, dude.
Yeah,
Stop
no, like
it.
I swear to God, like pretty much everything before like the 1900s, you would just walk into a room and vomit profusely.
Dude, people
'Cause-
building the
'cause-
pyramids are like,
Because like historically,
they're sliding the big blocks on bunch of vomit. That's how they got it. That's how they'd be able to push it so easily.
Nothing more slippery than stomach bile.
Yeah, dude.
You know.
dude, like so this is a funny historical fact. So like part of the reason Jews would get persecuted in medieval Europe is because Jews have we have all these things with cleanliness that historically was more important because like people didn't bathe all the time.
Yeah.
So there's all these different things that make you quote unclean in Judaism that then you have to do like a ritual like bath. It's not like super religious, but you're supposed to clean yourself, like fully bathe to become clean again so that you can go to synagogue because you can't go to synagogue when you're not clean. So Jews on average bathed way more often in the Middle Ages than like the English peasants that would only bathe like 2 times a year. So then what would happen?
So Judaism is for the rich motherfuckers.
And they also like had like codes of like kosher, so you eat much cleaner because everything's like, again, it has to do with the filthiness of things.
Yeah.
So then when like disease would come into town, like all the locals would get it because they just like were like literally living in their own shit and like not taking baths and just eating like meat covered in feces.
Oh,
and then the
no.
Jews wouldn't get sick because they're like taking baths and eating kosher and they're like,
We're the chosen
obviously they started it. They're not sick. They poisoned us. And then they would just
really?
They would just like burn the Jewish
Holy
section.
fuck.
They would just burn the Jewish section of the city to the ground and kill like
Holy
all of them.
shit.
Yeah. So
Oh,
funny little
no.
historical fact.
Dude, but like for Jewish people to be like, listen, you have to be clean in order to come here. That's very anti-poor people of them to do.
Listen, Jews aren't known for being poor. Let's just say.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I think in order to be Jewish, even back then, you have to have a certain amount of money.
Were you even listening to Kanye?
I don't want to say what kind of doctors they were. Dude, they were Jewish. That's my favorite quote ever. Listen, Kanye is so funny that as a Jewish man, I'm not even offended by his anti-Semitism. I'm just like, it's so weirdly charming.
As
that
a newly Jewish man.
I'm kind of like, you know what? He's one of the good ones in terms of anti-Semites.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, usually they say that about us.
At least he makes bangers, you know? I totally understand that. Like how it's so weird how music is such a big part of our culture that for some people it really does transcend. Like you can forgive somebody's horrible anti-Semitism.
Dude, I've met so many fellow Jews that are like, when that happened, we're just like, yeah, you shouldn't have said that, but like, Graduation's a great album. Just started out like, I don't think he was anti-Semitic when he made Graduation or like 308, you know?
Right. I don't know. I'm never gonna stop listening to R. Kelly. Like I'll definitely condemn what he did, but like,
I mean, as
and then we make do it, yeah. Like it's so good. Tell me you're not gonna sing along to that.
Nothing wrong with what R. Kelly did. I don't see nothing wrong.
dude, as a
If she didn't want to get peed on, she would have moved out the fucking way.
She would have dodged that urine stream.
that is the greatest defense in court.
Yeah, that 14-year-old would have gotten out of the way of that grown man
She
peeing
didn't
on her.
fucking move. So I think that's kind of on her.
That is like the most moving the goalpost argument. I'm like,
And I tied her up and I tied her to a chair. But still, if she really didn't want to be pissed on, her body would have fucking just moved away like like 2 positive ends of a magnet.
like Moses parting the Red Sea. You wanna...
Knock the chair over.
Well, I just think it's like, isn't it more the issue that you were naked with a 14-year-old alone in a hotel room? Should that, like, regardless of the pee factor, be kind of an issue?
If she didn't want me to be naked, she wouldn't have been in the room.
Yeah, she could have left the room that I locked behind her. She could have clawed her way out. She's dedicated.
Holy shit.
There were windows. She could have jumped out a window.
She could have jumped out the fucking window.
Yeah, it's 16 story,
and
but
she didn't. And
so it's her fault.
Yeah. She could have 9/11 jumped out the window.
Yeah, she could have been like one of those heroes.
Coulda.
She could have gotten lymphedema like those
Yeah, dude. She could have She could have done the bend at the water park. You know?
Yeah.
In the air for 2 seconds.
Just
she wanted it. She wanted to see me naked.
Ben shot out of
obviously.
that slide like a fucking World War II torpedo
wanna
out of
see if
a
I can
U-boat,
find it.
dude. Like Das Boot. Ben was living Das Boot.
I started watching The Big Lebowski because it came out in '96, and it's not a bad movie.
Lebowski's good.
Big Lebowski's
Little
kind of
overrated,
fun.
I'll be honest.
It's kind of fun. Yeah, but John
it's still
Goodman
fun.
does a real good job in that shit.
Takes out the guy, not on fucking Shabbos. Oh yeah, those I've seen those
That's
on
what I
TikTok.
was in.
Fuck those things.
Hell yeah, dude. I would. Dude, yeah, how do you not hit your fucking? How
on
do you not hit the back of your head on that metal thing? It's so fucking nuts.
The metal thing like
also
like,
drops.
It when it like fuck. If this is the door of it,
Yeah.
it doesn't like create like a whatever you would call that, a
Like a
bevel,
ridge?
a bevel.
There's no bevel.
See, my
you don't go through the glass only. You go through the whole metal
No,
thing.
so the
that
door
whole floor
closes
comes-
and it
Okay.
becomes like flush. It becomes like part of the slide.
Well,
yeah.
you see what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know,
Okay. Yeah.
So it becomes like completely flat.
My fear with that is it would open like the hydraulics would get fucked up and it opened halfway. So like I would start going down and then to catch me right like at my dick and like my dick and balls would just get like mashed and I just like just like hanging by my dick, dude. That's my
Get caught in it.
Here's the problem. This is the problem I had my senior year of high school when we went to Six Flags. Is like I've always been like a Disney roller coaster kid. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The ones that are like proven safe because they can't afford people. to die.
pussy,
But
fucking Democrat.
fucking whatchamacallit? When we went to Six Flags and also when we went to like places like this, like my friends would want to go on roller coasters and then like or like in this case like my brothers would want to go on something and then my ex-girlfriend wanted to do the same fucking thing just as bad. So I couldn't be like, "Oh yeah, like go ride roller coasters with my friends."
Yeah.
And then I'll just like wait at the bottom. So I had to sack up for all of this shit and I
You
hated
really,
it.
you didn't
bro.
want to.
Yeah, you couldn't be a roller coaster cuck, dude.
No, but what I will say is I went on every single roller coaster at Six Flags, and honestly, kind of glad I did because I'll go on any roller coaster anywhere now.
Yeah.
Like they're like low key like fun as fuck, and there were some of those I hated my life on, like the Joker one where it like straps down over your penis, and then you're just like
Yeah,
falling.
you're
and
just
flipping
hanging by your
forward, bro,
waist.
and you're like this and shit. I'm like, this is not government
Ben
sanctioned.
just wanted to like ride the teacups.
Dude, yeah.
He's like, can't we just go on teacups, babe? She's like, you're not even a real man. You won't go on Bizarro with me.
Dude, dead ass, we had like Six Flags grade fucking buffalo chicken tenders, and my ex-girlfriend's like, oh my god, like, can we just go on Superman one more time? And I was like, I had to muster up the courage to go on once.
Didn't someone die on Superman? They renamed it, like repainted it and
I
called
don't know,
it Bizarro.
but that was the craziest. No, other way around. It was
Other way
Bizarro.
around.
Someone
Oh,
died,
so
they
I
called
wrote it back when it
Superman.
was Bizarro. Cool, I wrote it on the
Oh,
death trap.
Same,
That's
same,
great.
I did
That's
too.
good. Okay.
That was my favorite play. That was my favorite ride at Six Flags. That shit was fire. That was a fun ride.
It's so fucking tall, bro.
So Bizarro no longer exists.
no.
Now it's Superman.
Superman.
I mean, it's the same exact
Whoa.
roller coaster.
Yeah.
It is the same roller coaster.
They just are
they
like-
they just repainted it.
Yeah,
and
so they're
called
like,
it
no
something
one's
else?
ever died on this roller coaster because it's not the same. It's not the same name. So
Yeah.
obviously no one's
Yeah,
died.
yeah. So many people died on Bizarro, but not on the new Superman. Zero on the new Superman ride.
Dude, you know, when I was on my way over here, I had a weird experience. I stopped at the rest stop, like on the highway,
Yeah.
to get gas. And then I went in to get a little energy drink. You know, I got to get my pep in my step for the pod.
What's your energy drink of choice?
I drink Celsius's now because
Yeah.
I'm fucking a cool finance guy now.
Hell yeah.
So, and they got vitamins, so I'm vitamined up for the day.
Yeah.
But so I'm in there, dude. There are like 300 like active service military guys in there.
No.
I don't know why. Like a bus,
That's the
a
worst.
bus let out like an entire fucking battalion. Like it was like so many of them.
They're coming back for more.
I don't know what's going on. But so they were walking. First of all, they were like half of them were like what you'd expect, like just jacked dudes with like red fucking military guys,
Yeah.
And then the other half were like morbidly obese men in the same uniform. And they were just like getting McDonald's and just like crushing like Big Macs in
Jesus Christ.
the full like digicam, like just fucking crushing it. And I'm like, yo, what's going on?
Dude, I hate when I see those guys in public and they're not acting like soldiers. And I'm like,
It's just like it's just like
You go to England, all those motherfuckers are standing still with guns, all right?
they're all wearing red and the big fur hats. Where's your
Yeah.
fur hat?
You come here, we have our soldiers eating McDonald's.
Because like you could tell that like all the guys were in shape but were like young. They'd been in the military
Yeah.
like a year or two, were like 19, 20. And
Oh,
then
the
all
other
the other
guys
guys
are-
were like lifetimers.
Of course.
Like they were in their 30s. They just like, I don't give a fuck anymore.
They're like, I'd rather shoot you than run you down.
Yeah, just
like police.
Like their army
not
BDU
chasing you, pal. I'm
was
not
like a
chasing
little
you.
too small. Like they had grown out of it, and they were like walking around like this and just fucking crushing burgers.
Fuck.
And just all the fucking young guys were like, "Hey, Sarge," and there were so many Southern guys. I don't know why like half of them were Southern. They're like, "Hey, Sarge, can I get this?" And they just had like dip and shit, and they're like, "Yeah, you can get."
Yeah,
dip."
you can get the
like
dip.
they were on a
Asking
fucking.
Sarge to pay for dip.
Yeah, no, legit. They were like on a basically like kids on a field trip asking their teacher to get like Skull and fucking Bang energy drinks.
Is there enough in the military budget for me to get this
Do
dip?
they accept
Like,
my?
yeah, they put so much in the military budget. You can have the fucking
Can I
dip.
use my cash card to get this Zen?
Do you think that our country spends too much on military?
Not enough.
Not,
maybe.
no, for real. Not enough, you think? We spend more than all the other countries, I think,
Listen,
combined.
here's all I'm going to say. First of all, before we go to that, I want to say there was funny. I was in line because there were so many of them. I was in line to get my energy drink. And this like dad figure, like not a military guy, just like this, kind of like old dad guy, who just like nudged one of the military guys. He's like, "Hey, where's the war today?" And no one laughed. They were like,
Dude, it's like when someone tries to make a joke to a group of comedians.
and then the dad was just like, yeah, and the dad was just like, "All right, you boys have a good day. You have a good day." And I was like, "That guy rules." Like I wish that was my dad. But so yeah, the military budget.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: everyone's like, "Oh, we spend so much on the military.
We do. We spend
more
too
on
much.
healthcare and roads."
We totally should. I don't give a fuck about roads.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. There's a reason that the poorest motherfucker you know has a new iPhone. That's the U.S. military. You're welcome.
No, it's not.
You know what poor people in
It's
other
nothing to do with the
yeah,
fucking
yes,
US
100%. I'll explain why. You know what poor people have in other countries? Death. They starve to death. Or poor people are fat as fuck and have iPhones.
The poor countries, they just got new wells. You see the new Mr. Beast video? They all just got new wells.
Listen,
actually,
not when
so.
that warthog comes flying over. That well is going to be bye-bye. Go back to drinking Nestle water. We're going to import it. We own your water supply now. Because the military-industrial complex is bad for some things, but you want to talk about America being number one, it is 100% because of our military. Our military rolls around the country and basically holds guns to people's heads and are like, "Hey, you're going to sign this really one-sided pro-America trade deal?" And they're just like, "Well, you have 7 military bases in my capital, so I guess, sure, yeah, we're going to do that."
Because what happens if I don't?
Exactly. And you know what happens?
We start eating McDonald's around you.
Listen, you know what happens if you don't? We pull out of your country and the Taliban takes over. You're welcome, Afghanistan. There you go. You didn't want a McDonald's. Have fun being ruled by the Taliban.
I still think it's too much money to spend on military.
No, it's also, here's the thing. Everyone's like, "The military budget's like 40% of our budget." It's not. It's you're fucking so dumb.
Chris, I wish you came over last night. You and this compete with
the military budget, and someone's gonna be like, "Oh, actually," and they're gonna like change 2% on it, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm so wrong." Is like no more than 4 to 6% on any given whatever president it is. It changes a little bit.
Yeah.
It's never like more than 6 to 7% of our entire budget. When the people are like, "It's 40%," no, that's 40% of the discretionary budget. The discretionary budget is such an infinitesimal portion of the U.S. government budget that is used at discretion for what makes sense in the moment. You know what the best use of that is? To send a fucking aircraft carrier to a country that's fucking around so they can find out. Turkey got all high and mighty after their attempted coup d'etat and was like, "You know what? I think we want to trade a little more with China than the U.S." You know what happened the next fucking day?
I asked to get coup d'etats on my Caesar salad.
Aircraft carrier outside of Istanbul. flew a couple F-17s over the Capitol just to wave hello, and they were like, "Hey, that's Turkish airspace. You can't just fly in here without permission." It's like, motherfuckers, shoot us down. See what fucking happens. And they didn't. They backed down like a bunch of bitches, and they fucking signed the UN dissertation the next fucking day. Pussies.
All because
God bless America. God bless the troops. We're gonna teach those third world fucks how business is done. Blow up your mud hut.
Thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode of You Should Be Worried. My name is Matt Lopes. You can find me everywhere at Matty Fucko. Also, I don't know, check out my dates coming up. Next week's gonna be episode 52, and I can't fucking wait. It's been a whole year, and I'm so proud of everybody. That's me, Chris.
Hey everybody, my name's Chris Warren. As always, you can follow me at Chris Warren Comedy on Instagram and TikTok. Got a lot of history content there. Got all my comedy dates coming up. Doing a lot of shows around New England and New York this month and next month. So come out. We're gonna have a lot of fun. You can check my Instagram for those dates. Please follow You Should Be Worried on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Spotify. Follow the podcast's Instagram and TikTok, please. And don't forget Benny Boy, our producer. You can follow his personal at BennyBoy_28. Yeah. But even more important, you can follow In the Making ITM. Great
everywhere.
Great clip content
Fantastic
over there.
Sketches.
Fucking amazing sketches.
And yeah, they're doing good work.
Good stuff over there. So follow them. And we hope to see you next episode for our 1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversary.
Of the podcast.
Well, I can't. The government really let us do it a whole year.
Special guests. There's gonna be a parade. We're gonna have strippers. It's gonna be a lot.
I can't believe the government let us do this. All right. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Have a good night. We'll see you soon.